Have you ever had a moment in your life where you've been motivated to, let's say, go to the gym, maybe do some drawings, maybe do something fun, right? Maybe do an activity for a while. I don't know. Anything, really, right? And let's say you last for a month, right? The initial motivation lasts for a month. Then it wears off, then you never do it again. Well, chances are that's probably happened to you, and it's happened to me. It's been happening to me my whole life, probably you as well. Now, what we both are lacking, if you're going through the same situation I am, is discipline. That's right, good old discipline. Most of you probably know what it is, but discipline is kind of the act of doing something repeated over and over and over again. Kind of, that's not the book definition, don't quote me on that, but discipline is, you know, what happens after motivation, right? It's, you're motivated for a month to go to the gym. Then after a month, you get, that motivation wears off. And then that's when the discipline starts, right? That's when the hardest day starts, right? The hardest day or when discipline starts, it happens when you don't want to go, right? You wake up late, there's a snowstorm, there's rain, there's thunder, right? There's anything. That's when the real discipline starts, right? Because if you're disciplined, you're gonna go no matter what. Obviously, if there's a life-threatening situation like a tornado or a hurricane, then don't go unless you have super discipline and you want to do that. But anyways, now I'm not saying motivation wears off within 1 month of you doing said hobby or said activity. It could be a week, 2 weeks. For me, it's around 1 to 2 weeks, right? Maybe I have ADHD, but like I hyper focus on going deep into this topic. Want to get this, want to get that, want for this hobby, right? For example, my last one was modeling, like small models, right? Like Warhammer models. So I thought that was the coolest stuff ever. And then 2 weeks went by, then I was moving on to something else. It's like the 2 week Minecraft phase, right? What separates, you know, the people that have a forever world, quote unquote, or a 2 week Minecraft phase is discipline, right? Because after the 2 week motivational phase is up, that's when you rely on discipline to keep on going. Now, obviously, this is a video game term. Let's bring a more real pressing matter into this video, and it's trading. Now, I've been wanting to start talking about trading, trading stocks and stuff, but I've realized that I know nothing. So, whatever you hear from me or out of my mouth in the next couple minutes here, keep in mind that I know absolutely nothing. And I'm learning. I'm learning just like you. I'm the average Joe trying to make a buck, right? That's what the goal is in trading. Or you're trying to find a way to have discipline. Obviously, it's not financial advice because I know nothing. I know nothing, right? I'm on the same level as everyone else. I'm just a watcher and I'm just spitting my ideas out into the world. Now, what I see is trading is like anything. If you want to get good at it, you got to put in the work. It's not a quick, rich scheme or whatever they call it. It's you have to put in the discipline and you have to have the motivation, or after the motivation, you have to have the discipline, right? And in today's era with digital technology and TikTok and Instagram, it's hard to do that because in our lives, comparison is the thing. Now, comparison is the thief of joy. If you didn't know, it is for me, probably is for you. If it's not, then I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Um, you probably compared yourself to day traders before, or anyone making money off of trading consistently. And you're like, oh, I can do that. Well, what you probably don't realize, what I was in your shoes once, is that the amount of hours they put in off screen, right off the camera. And this goes with anything, right? For example, an acting career, maybe athletic career. The real discipline starts is when you're in that room alone, right? When you're on that computer alone learning how to trade, when you're in that basketball court alone shooting, shooting hoops, when you're at the soccer field practicing your shot, practicing your dribbles, juggling, anything, right? That's when the real work begins. That's when the real discipline kicks in. Now, obviously, if you're motivated, but soon after, motivation doesn't last forever. Now, maybe it does if you re-up it by, you know, getting inspired by other people, but there's gonna come a time where that motivation is going to run out, and it's going to suck. I've been there. I'm currently going through it right now with this YouTube channel. Hey, this is why the video is coming up late, because I've been delaying it, and I don't have discipline right now. But I've been getting better, right? I've been doing this for 3 months almost. That's a long time. Now, hopefully, YouTube will finally verify me or whatever it is. Anyways, discipline. It's a thing I feel like everyone, in this digital era sees. You see the motivational content, you get the motivation, but they don't really talk about discipline. Well, they do. They say that you gotta have discipline to do this and this. Now, I say, for me, what I've been doing is making my bed in the morning, right? That's a small discipline activity I can do, right? It's, wake up, get, make my bed, have a little dopamine because I got it done, right? When you complete small tasks, when you start small, like making your bed, you get dopamine. And if you can keep doing that, you find discipline, right? It becomes a habit. At the end of the day, being disciplined kind of means creating a habit, right? Like making your bed. Now, for example, that's just a generic one, but for students, it's studying, right? Having a good studying system or routine, or beating procrastination. Now, obviously, you have your physical demands like the gym and stuff, but it's hard to build this discipline because you gotta take out all the fluff and all the noise from your surroundings, right? Because there's a lot of people in this world that will want you to, just watch a couple minutes of TikTok. Oh, watch my TikTok I sent you. Watch my reel I sent you. Go watch YouTube while you eat food. Now, I feel like we're gonna talk about YouTube here. I feel like YouTube is still a good platform, but there's a lot of, fluff. There's a lot of repeated ideas on YouTube, right? And you could argue that I'm repeating this channel idea because I'm not the first channel to do this type of content where I sit down and talk and give my own thoughts and feelings. But what makes me unique is by me being me. So this is my take on that. You can argue it in the comments. Argument. I don't know. You can start an argument in the comments if you want to. I will maybe argue back, maybe not, but that's how I view it. That's my opinion. Anyways, when you have discipline, you kind of realize that it wasn't so bad. Once you start doing the thing you want to do, I'm repeating what other people have been saying, but once you start doing the thing you want to do, it gets easier. And, having motivation and get you started is good, but having discipline to get you started is better, And I feel like that's, a big thing that people need to have, because the best time to start is now. Now, obviously, you've heard that before, and I can't force you to do it. I'm not there right in front of you saying, do the thing you want to do, right? Learn the thing you want to do. That's on you. And it's a mental battle. I will tell you that right now. It is a mental battle, and it is a real thing. And a lot of people struggle with it. Even I struggle with it. And I feel like it's not talked about enough in today's society. It's the little struggles, the little mental battles, right? The little procrastination guy in your head telling you to procrastinate. And this is why I'm here. I'm here to try to motivate you like everyone else on YouTube that's doing this type of content. And I hope that in some way or another you can find motivation or inspiration and go out there and change the world, right? Because when people, do the thing that they love, they start to ask questions, they start to be curious. That's what drives the world forward. That's what drives humanity forward. And that, in a sense, kind of, makes you live a good life. Now, I'm not telling you how to live your life or what makes a good life. But, for me, it's finding what you want to do, your passion, what you love, and pursuing it, right? For me, it's talking about big ideas, talking about consciousness, talking about, confidence, discipline, motivation, all these things. Even though I don't have the experience of some of these other YouTubers have, right? I'm still on the younger side. I still want to get my ideas out there because I think it's kind of cool to see how your ideas evolve over time, right? Because I can go back and look at these recordings and realize, man, my ideas really have changed. And I am, I have changed a lot, since my first video. And I should probably remake that because it's kind of old. 3 months old. It's pretty old. Anyways, but I'm proud of myself because I've come this far with 3 months of posting every week, every Saturday. Now, have I been on time? Here and there, no. But that's because of YouTube's upload speed. Now, it's not bad. It's, within an hour or two. But it is getting pretty bad recently. Anyways, besides the point. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, it's have discipline. Start start now, right? If it's just for 5 minutes, maybe 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. If you start now, you will be happy. You will feel way happier. Trust me, because I've been there. Because I've been wanting to start this YouTube channel for over, a year, maybe my whole life, really. But I've always been afraid of, what's going to happen, how people are going to react. Well, at least, if people react badly to this content, there'll be one thing I've gained from this, and it's discipline. Because I know I can hold myself to something and do it for a while. Alrighty. I hope every single one of you have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night. And I hope every single one of you can find peace in your lifetime.